issues.
Yeah.
One is like I'm not able to do the correlation, and the second issue is that I'm not able to like, create a track as because when I'm looking into that database where I could not find that track. So will you be help me with this?
To track the file is not present, right?
Yeah.
Because you downloaded and you removed.
I don't know. So because what happened now when you shared now?
It was there, man, previously.
Okay.
I was sharing the same folder to everyone from last 1 year. Everything was there previously.
Okay.
No issues. I'll upload again the track one, and for the other issue correlation, we'll check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I
So
have
like
an XML file to upload in that track file in the database?
nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing like something special I'm following here in my machine in the backend that I'm not showing you. No, nothing. Everything I'm showing you in front of like everyone. We have to follow the same steps. We have to set up your application. There are chances that you might miss some steps. That's why you're not able to see the same data. There are chances. But in case if we are not able to fix that issue, I'll connect with you separately.
Okay. Can we connect after this call?
After this call?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
All right. So we start the server. Okay. So basically after installing the SailPoint, right, we start loading the data. When we say data, basically we are working in the identity management. So the identities basically we start loading and the corresponding accounts, right? Different target accounts basically, right? Now after this, basically we have to start using the SailPoint features. What features we are getting from SailPoint, right? So basically SailPoint from the module wise, if I go here, SailPoint provide two modules. One is basically your compliance. Second is basically your LSIM. Okay, LSIM module. In the compliance, we have majorly two features. Access review. B is policy. In case of LSIM, we have access request framework. Second is automation. Okay. So when we purchase the SailPoint license, by default, we get this compliance module. So the whatever we are using in the current version, right, that has inbuilt compliance module feature. Okay. We don't need to pay any additional. So basically, when we are buying license, we are buying the compliance license basically, right? LSIM license is separate. LSIM is not part of your standard SailPoint installation. So if you go here, log in. Access review is also called your certification. What's the issue? And one more thing, never ever save password in your SailPoint. Okay. Now, and never save the password and never open multiple application in same browser like this. Never do this. Your application will be corrupted if you are opening multiple applications like this. Never do this. Okay. Now, access review certification, you can see here. Certification is already there. Policy is also there, right? But this LCM, right? It's not there. Okay. So if you see here, you have this one quick link, my task. This is general one basically. So when I import the license, when I configure the lifecycle module here, you will see new quick links here. You will see new tab introduced, batch process and the lifecycle event. Here you have compliance manager. You will see one lifecycle manager also. So lifecycle manager is a separate module which we have to configure it. what you need to do is, now where this lifecycle module is there, go to your SailPoint, Apache Tomcat, Web Apps, IDIQ, Webinif, and config. Go down here, you will see some file here, init LCM, initialize LCM. So this XML file we need to import into SailPoint system. Okay, how can we import the XML file? Go here, global setting, import from file, XML file, select this, and select this file here. So we'll copy this location, select file, go to this location, select that file, init LCM, click on import. This will import all the LCM XMLs. There are multiple XML basically inside that one file. Authentication question, quick links, rules, email template, workflow, form, a lot of things, right? Whenever you import any module, you have to always log out and log in. Restart is not required. Now, if you see here, these two new quick links are coming. You see here, setup, these two quick links are coming here. Lifecycle event and the batch request. Now, if you see here, lifecycle manager setting is coming here. So now we have installed the lifecycle manager in our SailPoint system. Okay. Now, this lifecycle manager provides this two feature, right? So we need to use this two feature. We need to understand how this two feature works. So first, today I'll cover this access request framework. What is this? So when a customer is paying a cost to SailPoint to a separate, purchasing a separate license, so definitely customer will get some pre-built functionality or pre-developed functionality, right? So that is basically access request framework. We saw that we have identities. We have different identities in the system, in the organization. This is the complete information, and these are the current access entitlements basically here, right? Let's say this person, what is the name? Ruth. Okay, this person has capability input on the track system. Let's say this person needs some more access. Let's say person need approve access on this track application system. This person need, let's say, some other entitlement on the LDAP. This person needs some other entitlements, other accounts on different application system. So how can we assign this? Going forward, we have to use that how we are aggregate, basically how we are assigning the access that should be also controlled from the SailPoint. Everything basically related to ID and their access should be controlled from the SailPoint only. Okay. So here SailPoint provide one framework here. Home, this manage access means we are talking about access and we are managing access from here. So these are the identities, and we also build this catalog here, entitlement catalog. Right here we have all this entitlement catalog. So these are the entitlements which are available to request. That I mentioned, right? You go to a restaurant, you see the menu, but how you request for this entitlement, that you have to do from here. Manage access, manage user access. Manage user access means we are talking about managing user access, basically entitlements. Here, select user. First part is select user. You can select user, let's say one user, multiple user, whatever. It will append this, it will basically add this user here in this list using comma separated. Okay. Then go to next. Manage access. What access you want to add? Search here. Whatever entitlements are available here, which are marked requestable true, all those entitlements you will be able to see here. Right. Let's say I want to request accounts receivable here from the finance application. Next. The third is review and submit. So basically it's same like the shopping cart experience, right? So when you go to any shopping application, let's say Amazon, right? So first we search the item. Let's say I want to, buy a laptop. So first I'll search the product. Then I'll add that product into my cart. And after that, basically the final screen where I'll do payment, and before that there's a review and submit also, right? So it's the same concept here. So we have selected two identities. We are adding access, which access? Account receivable, which belongs to finance application. If you want, you can provide comments also. Submit this. Request submit successfully. Go here, expand this. You should track my request. So like we can go and you do this, right? Track my orders. Same way, track my request. So request will be always generate per identity, right? So we selected two identities or two requests here. Request number 1, request number 2. Open this. So this is called request access for Amanda Ross, requested by administrator on this date, ID number 1. Adding entitlement, waiting for approval. So request will go for approval. Click on details to see more information. So for every request, you will see the same page. Here you will see some details: request number, type, requester, requestee, completion state, current step. Basically, what is the current step of this request? Request date, completion date, verification date, execution status. What exactly you requested, that will come here. Add entitlement, this one finance application. Currently it's waiting. Filter item. If anything is removed during this request, that will come under filter item. I'll give you an example. Let's say if I requested 5 entitlement, approver only approved 3, 2 rejected. So those 2 will come here. Filter out items basically that are part of request but are not allowed. So that will come under filter items. Removed basically. After that, interaction. During this complete access request, if there any manual intervention required, right, that will come under interaction tab. Example, owner approval. Someone needs to log in into SailPoint system and approve or reject this request, right? So that is a manual task. So that will come under interaction. Right now, owner approval assigned to Adam Kennedy. It's open. Okay. Then provisioning engine. Once we approve the request, the provisioning engine is basically the native connector code, Java code, which will actually do this provisioning. So that is provisioning engine. And during this complete process, if any error warning comes, that will come here. So this is a standard page SailPoint has created. So now approval is assigned to whom? Adam Kennedy. So let's log in from Adam Kennedy. Identity warehouse, Adam. Copy this. I'll change the password here directly. Save this. Okay. Let's go to incognito. Log into SailPoint. Okay. You see there are 2 approval. You can click here, and you can also click here approval. All will open the same page. Click here. There are 2 approval. One is for Amit Pandey, second one is Amanda Ross. Okay. Let's say this request, I will approve. Okay, there's a work item. I'll tell you what is this. Close for now. And the second one, let's say I reject it, deny. So one I approved, one I rejected, right? So approvals are now finished. Go to home, finished. Now go back, see the access request. One is denied. Okay, so nothing will happen. Rejected. One is approval, rejected. So nothing will happen. Code will not trigger for provisioning. Second one is approved. Click on details. Approval status finished. Owner approval finished. Creation date and completion date of approval. Now SailPoint will go for adding this access. If you see here, SailPoint is adding this group member account receivable to the user, but it's also creating account. Why? If user don't have account on the application system, by default, SailPoint will create account, because if you're requesting entitlement, that means you want to assign this access to the user. So first SailPoint will create a fresh account for you, and then SailPoint will assign this entitlement. So if you see here, reason requested is expansion. This is what you requested, and this is part of expansion. Okay. Now, after approval, there is one more entry coming here. Manual change requested for Amanda Ross, and it is assigned to Adam Kennedy. So we requested this for Amanda Ross. Okay. What is this manual changes? SailPoint is saying that this is the disconnected application finance. I cannot do provisioning. Okay. So for this, manual intervention is required. Manual change is required. So application owner of this application finance, that is Adam Kennedy. Adam Kennedy has to log in into finance system, or basically Adam Kennedy has to go to finance system, manually add this user, create this user, and add this access. And after that, this Adam Kennedy should complete this work item. So this is called work item. Okay. To go here, SailPoint created one other item, work item. Manual actions. SailPoint is simply saying that, okay, this is a disconnected application. I cannot do provisioning. I cannot add this access to the user. Okay. You have to do it manually, and after that you have to come here and you have to click on complete button. Please make the following account change listed below and click complete when the changes have been made. So this is called manual provisioning, manual work item creation. Okay. Same way, if we do it for direct connector, it will not create manual work item, because in a direct connector, SailPoint will directly go and update the changes, whatever changes we requested. Any question here, anyone?
For Rahul, for direct upload, this request will go to approver. It will not,
Yeah.
right?
It will always go for approval.
Okay, okay. So for manual also it will go to approval, and for
Yes,
direct
yes.
it will also go
All
for
requests will
approval.
always go for approval, without checking the connector. Basically, when SailPoint actually trying to do provisioning, that time SailPoint will only check, okay, it's a direct connector, it's a disconnected.
Okay, we got it.
Approval process is same.
Can you just repeat that approval process? Bit confusion over here, Rahul. So
So
because
when you request some access, right, SailPoint will generate the approval, right? Approval to the owner of that application. So owner of that application is basically Adam Kennedy. So SailPoint is creating approval for Adam Kennedy. Who is the approver here? Adam Kennedy. Why it's coming? Because changes we're requesting for finance application. Open the finance. Who is the owner here? Adam Kennedy. So anything we are doing for this application, that will go for owner approval.
Rahul, I have a doubt here actually.
Mhm.
So I have a requirement. So whenever users request for access A, so I don't want that. I don't want any kind of approvals actually. So shall I configure anything like that?
Yeah. How we configure approval, I'll cover that. I'm just showing
Okay.
you 5% of this framework.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's
And for the
complete. Okay.
disconnected application,
Mhm.
even though the account creation requires manual action, but the entitlement will be added, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me show you the complete, then I'll take it back. Okay. Let's go to second one. So manager access is basically whenever you want to work on entitlement, so you will use this manager access. Whenever you want to work on the accounts, so you will see this second option, manage account. Right. Let's say we have this user called Albert Woods. Okay. I want to assign some account to this user, right? Or let me pick a different user, let's say admin. To admin, I want to request account, right? So first thing is basically requesting new accounts option is disabled in your SailPoint. Why? Because generally, we should not create direct account on the application system through this quick links. Okay. Why it is? Because there some application system are designed in a way that whenever you create account, the application system by default will add you some entitlement. This is how some application system are designed. So that's the reason this option is by default not enabled. But if we want, we can enable this option. How can we enable this? This is called quick links. What a user can do, what quick links they can see, that we have to control from here. Global setting, quick link populations, right? Everyone, let's say everyone can see this, or let's say manager can use this, whatever. So we can control. Let's say I want to enable this for manager only. So click on manager, quick links, manage account. If it's already selected, click on configure. What managers can do with this functional team when they go to manage accounts? They can request for self, they can request for others, they can manage existing account, they can request new accounts. So if you see this option is not selected, select this options. They can request for additional account. Manager already have one account, right? You want to request for another account on the same application. Do you want to enable that feature? right? Those you can control from here. Save this, save this. Remember this, whenever you are modifying quick link population, you have to always log out and log in, because the logic behind the quick link population only trigger when you log in into system. So you have to always log out and log in. Okay. Now go here, manage access, manage accounts. Let's say, let me search a user who don't have account on the LDAP. So how will search? Using advanced analytics. Here we have different criteria. Based on that, we can search the user, right? But there is no criteria. There's a criteria here. I want to search user who has LDAP account, but there is no option here. I want to search user who don't have LDAP account. For that, we cannot use this search mechanism. There is one option here called advanced search. Click on this. Here you see add a filter. Different type of options are available. Select application. Application not equal to LDAP. Just check the exact name. That's in caps LDAP. Add this filter. One filter is added here. Application not equal to LDAP. Which field you want to see? Let's say first name, etc. Okay. Go down. And click on search. So these are the user. There are 31 users in the organization who don't have account on the LDAP. Okay. Let's say I will use this user, Brandon. Okay. This is, by the way, it's orphan account coming from the finance, but I'll use it. Okay. Let's search for Brandon here. This is a user identity. You see request account option is still disabled. Why? We just enable it for managers, right? And by default, it should be also enabled for admin, right? So we enable this feature. Actually, this button is enabled, but why it is hidden here? Because same time we have to also configure what are the applications which you can request from here. For that, you have to go here, lifecycle manager. Go down here, like in the lifecycle manager, you will see this option. Application that support account only request, right? We are not requesting for entitlement, we are only requesting accounts. So select LDAP here and save this. After this, come back to the same screen and refresh. Now you see this button is enabled here, request account. Request account. And in this drop down, you will see only one application, LDAP. You will not see track finance because we have not allowed to request for those applications. We have only selected one application, that is LDAP. Okay, go here. Now I can select LDAP for this user, submit, confirm. I'm confirming that I want to create LDAP account for this user, Brandon, submit. Now, what is this form? More information needed, complete form. I have two options. Actually, I can click on the later, I can click on the complete form. Click on the complete form. What is this form? I give you a very simple example. Let's say, for example, I want to open one saving account in a bank, right? So what I'll do, I'll visit to the nearest bank branch. I'll ask them, hey, I want to open one saving account. They will ask me to fill a form. In the form, I have to fill my information because I have to create, I want my, account to be created. So I will fill my information, my first name, last name, date of birth, contact number, email address, my address proof, ID proof, etc. Then I will hand over this form to the bank, right? And using this form data, they will create entry in their system. They will create my account, and then they will give me an account ID, 12 digit, 16 digit, whatever. So same concept does apply here. When we creating a new account on the LDAP, we have to pass some attribute. What will be the first name of user? What will be the password of user? What will be the full name of user, right? So all this information we need to pass here. Let's say password will be this test, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be the full name. This will be the first name. This is the last name. Okay. Right. Then this user DN. What is this user DN? The distinguished name, a unique name on LDAP system of this user. Right. So LDAP maintain one standard protocol. Yeah, LDAP you have to start every time. Middleware, instance 1, OUT, BAT. And open the command prompt here. And you have to run this command called startds.bat. Start directory service.bat. This will start your LDAP. It's saying that it's already started. That's fine. If you open the LDAP browser, example, you see here we have some users. Example, Barbara Wilson. Right click properties. So every user has, this is the unique name of user on the LDAP. UID equal to Barbara Wilson, comma, O equal to people, comma, D is equal to acme.com. Same with other users. In the same format, we need to provide this new account DN. Yes. So distinguish name of the account, for instance, like this. Okay. We need to create like this. But instead of this Patrick Jones, it will be Brandon. Okay. Let me increase the size like this. UID equals to Brandon, then O equal to comma, O equal to people, then this. This part will be fixed. This UID equal to username will be changed every time. Go down, click OK. Now we have provided all the forms, so the request is submitted. Same way, go here, manage access, track my request. You see, now this previously it was request access, now this manage account for Brandon. Create this assigned to Barbara Wilson. Let's open this. Request number 3, everything. What exactly we requested? Create this on LDAP. Filter item, nothing. Interaction, complete provisioning form. It's already finished. I have completed that form, right? It's already finished. Now it's approval is pending. Approval is assigned to whom? Barbara Wilson. Open. Okay. And only it will come to the provisioning engine. Now approval is assigned to Barbara Wilson. So Barbara Wilson has to log in into SailPoint Session and needs to complete this approval. Whenever we have any manual task, anything basically manual, example, someone needs to log in into SailPoint, approve request. Someone need to log into SailPoint to fill a form, right? During this request, that will come under interaction. And in general, SailPoint, we call it work items. Work item basically simple meaning something need manual intervention. So here we can go my work and work item. So as an administrator, you can see all work item. This is the manual changes for Amanda Ross, previous work item. And now this is the approval created for Brandon Mason to whom? Barbara Wilson. So anything which is manual, that is called work item in SailPoint. This is assigned to whom? Barbara Wilson. So let's open this. You see here, I cannot take action here because I am not the owner here. Who's the owner? Barbara Wilson. So only Barbara Wilson will log in into SailPoint system and can take action on this approval item. But as an administrator, I can do one thing. I can forward this work item to myself. Because if I directly take action on behalf of Barbara Wilson, what will happen? SailPoint won't be able to catch, okay, who approved this? Or basically audit team will say that, okay, Barbara Wilson has approved this request. So first I have to forward this to myself. Forward myself, SP admin. Now who's the owner here? I'm the owner here. So now this approval is assigned to me. Click here. Now I'm the owner, so I can take action. Let's say I approve the request. The moment you complete the action on your work item will be removed. The purpose of work item is just for tracking purpose. Okay, this is one manual task is pending on some identity in the SailPoint system. That's it. The moment you complete your work item, basically the task work item will be deleted from here. Okay. Now let's go to access request. Owner approval assigned to Barbara Wilson. Refresh this page. Owner approval is finished by the administrator. Now you see provisioning engine is creating a new account. And when SailPoint is creating a new account, SailPoint also has to set this common name, full name basically. Given name, first name, as and last name. This is what we requested. And as a part of request, SailPoint also has to pass its attribute. Any error warning? No. Go back. SailPoint is showing provisioning. Open this user Brandon. Go to application account. See, one LDAP account is assigned to this user just now. Same you can check here. Right click, refresh. You see, just now a new account is right here. Okay. So this way we can create new account also. The form which we created here. Okay, there are multiple concepts involved in this request. Anything which is manual during this, that will come under interaction tab, right? First is anything which is manual for SailPoint, that is also called work item. Filling a form, a work item. Approving requests or rejecting requests, a work item. Reviewing access of employee, work item, right? Handle policy violation, work item. Anything basically manual is called work item. The purpose of work item is basically so SailPoint can track that, okay, hey, this is a task which is pending on this person, right? Now this form, complete provisioning form. So when we are creating account for LDAP, we need to fill this form. So very first of all, do we need to fill form every time for all the application? It totally depends. Generally, whenever we create a fresh account, we have to always provide all these values, right? Now values will be always different application to application. In Okta, we need different values. In SAP, we need different values. In Active Directory, we need different values. LDAP, we need different values, right? So where this form is present, if you want to check, since we are requesting for LDAP, so open the LDAP application. Here configuration, connection parameter setting, schema, what data we are reading, provisioning policies, basically what data we are passing, what data we have to provide when we are creating an account. If you see, create account provisioning policy. So this is the form, user TN, password, full name, last name, like this. If you click on the preview, you will see the same form which I just filled for that user Brandon. So this is the form. So in LDAP, these are the minimum attribute required in order to create a create account. That's why we have to fill this form always. Now let's go one by one. There's so many tabs. Okay. This links here on the left side menu, it's called quick links. So this is one quick link category manage access under which we have different quick links. Okay, this is called quick links. Okay. Work item, anything which is manual in SailPoint is called work item, that can be viewed from here, work items. Okay. Form, sometime we need to capture some data, we need to receive some data from user or from the requester. So for that we have a form, like a provisioning form. So whenever we are doing provisioning, we need to fill a form, like for example, in simple language you can say registration form, right? We have registration form, right? Account opening form. So here we call provisioning form, provisioning policy basically. Okay, this is the form. Now provisioning, SailPoint use a generic word. In some other IAM tools, we use this different terms, provisioning, deprovisioning, right? But SailPoint use one single term, provisioning. Simple meaning is we are making some change on the target system. It could be add account, remove account, delete account, modify account, and add entitlement, whatever. SailPoint use a single general term, provisioning. In some IAM tool, we use different term. Provisioning means adding something, deprovisioning means removing something. So SailPoint don't use that term. SailPoint use one single term called provisioning. Okay. Now access request. whenever we are using this framework, using that we are submitting that request, that we can check here under track my request. So that is called access request. This you can open from here, track my request. This can be also open from here, track my request. This can be also open from here, my work, access request. So in general, basically we call it access request. Okay. Whenever we do any provisioning on the SailPoint system, SailPoint maintain that provisioning data in a separate table. That is called provisioning transaction table. So whatever we are requesting here, that is coming here. But same time, SailPoint also maintain one other table, basically separate table, right? Because everything which we are requesting from this, right, that we can track here under access request. But what about something if we are requesting or we are basically controlling through the API, right? So for that, what we need to do? Okay. So for that, we have a separate table maintained by a SailPoint. So for that, you have to go here, admin console, provisioning, and the provisioning transaction table, right? By default, this provisioning transaction table will only show you failure request. If you see, other day I executed that rule, right? So that rule failed initially because I was providing the wrong domain and some application name, right? So all this request failed. So by default, it will only show you failed request. This request create LDAP failed for Amit Sharma. While creating this failed, click on information. Object not found, like that day basically that O equal to people was not present, right? So that did fail. Correct. So it will give you information. By default, it will only show you failed request. You want to also include successful request here. For that, what you need to do, global setting, identity IQ configurations, miscellaneous, provisioning transaction log setting, maximum log level, failure, changes to success. So now it will include failure, retry, and success, everything basically. Save this. I'll show you in the coming session. When I'll submit all type of requests, you will see success and fail entry will come here automatically. So this is a second table where SailPoint maintain any provisioning request. Okay. What else? One second. What else? Yep. Any question here, anyone?
Rahul, so the beneficiary or the requester who has requested for the LDAP application account, okay. So how he will come to know whether the account is created or not? Where he can see that status, my account is created on LDAP application or not?
I forgot to mention this. Okay. So when, like for example, when you order something on Amazon, so you go to your order history and you can see, right? Okay, what is the status of your order, right? And then finally it's delivered, you see this order is delivered. Same way as a requester, when I go here, right? Access request, I will see the request that okay, it's done. Same time, SailPoint will also notify you. So whenever we use any of these quick links here, right? SailPoint called a workflow. So basically, the moment you submit these forms, the moment you click on the submit button, SailPoint call a workflow to handle all your processing, whatever you requested, whatever you want to do, right? SailPoint call the workflow. How can you view those workflow? Go here, Lifecycle Manager. Workflows are also called business process. So in the UI, in the user interface, we call it business process. In the backend, we call it workflow. Okay. So this is a UI terminology. So here you see business process. For every quick links here, there are multiple quick links usually. For every quick link, the workflow name is configured here. So request, access, and manage account. Whenever you are using these two quick links, the one I just used, for that, which workflow is called LCM provisioning. So LCM provisioning basically handle your complete provisioning, right? Majorly what I do, I'll explain you here, but we will cover this workflow in a separate session. Basically, request creation, notification, approval, provisioning. Basically, all this stuff is done by this workflow only. So the moment you submit a request here, right? SailPoint create one access request here. So that is done by the workflow. SailPoint create the work approval. That is done by the workflow. SailPoint send the notification. That is done by the workflow. SailPoint finally do the provisioning. That is done by the workflow. So all this basically stuff is done by the workflow. So when I will start the workflow, that time I'll cover this part. This is how end users use this framework basically. Clear to everyone? Any doubt, question here?
Rahul, Ramu here. Rahul, so for LDAP, it will do the direct provisioning, right? And target application. And LDAP is, we can say the target application.
All our target application, LDAP is a direct connector. We use this term direct connector means where SailPoint can go read and write. Everything can be done directly. So that is called direct connector.
Okay. So for JDBC and flat files, we have other connectors, right? So for this too, or it generating its manual request, like that is also it's directly provisioning on the target applications.
So basically, delimit file is called disconnect application.
All delimited files, all
Yeah.
delimited, whatever
Or
application,
delimit file.
whatever,
Right.
I mean, to say that whatever we are onboarded, see any applications, finance or anything.
Yep.
That we can
All
say that
delimit applications are disconnect applications. Okay.
okay.
In direct application, basically where we don't need to write any code. SailPoint can directly read the data and SailPoint directly go and write the data. That is direct connectors like LDAP, Active Directory, Okta, SAP, Salesforce. All these are direct connectors. Right. Now, in case of JDBC, SailPoint can do the provisioning, but we have to write SQL for that.
Okay. So now we are requested some entitlements, right, for the finance. So
Right.
how we will, I mean, do the provisioning in the target applications. So we have generated manual request, right? I mean, manual work item. We are, I mean, where I can saw that one of that manual provisioning. I mean, which was created work item. How user directly go and approve that?
No. So
And the
manual
target
provisioning
application.
means this section will be done by manually. That means owner of this application has to go to finance system directly, whatever this finance system. Okay. The person has to go directly finance system. Person has to manually add this entitlement manually. Whatever mechanism they are using. It could be web application, it could be SQL, whatever. Right. This is a responsibility of application owner. That person has to do, and after that, person has to come here and click on this work item. That okay, this is completed. This part is completed. But before that, the person has to also generate a new CSV of finance data, which has entry of that person, and replace this file here.
Not clear. Could you please bit elaborate, Rahul?
So this is a manual provisioning, right? This cannot be automated. So let's say you are the application owner here. Okay. You are the owner of this application finance, right? Now I don't know what is this finance system. I have no idea. You are the owner. This request is assigned to you. Okay.
Okay.
Now it's your responsibility to go to your finance system and create this new account on the finance system. How you are creating it's totally your goal. You have to create, and after that you have to come here and you have to click on the complete. That okay, I have created that. Since it's a discrete application, this read data from the CSV, correct? So
Yeah,
after
right.
creating the account, you have to also generate a new CSV from your finance system, and you have to come to this location and you have to update the new CSV here, which has this new person entry, new person account. Clear? Any doubt here, anyone on this part?
So why again? See, because this entitlement which we received through that delimited file only, right? Again, why we need to go and update in that CSV file? That is actually confusion for me. That is
Entitlement is received from the CSV file, but currently the user who have this, like this user, what is called amender rows. Amender rows don't have this access, right? We are assigning this access, this entitlement to amender rows.
okay.
Maybe Rahul, can I try? Just
Sure, go ahead.
yeah. So Ramu, so there are two types of applications with SailPoint. One is connected application and another one is disconnected. So when you say connected in SailPoint terminology, so the applications are example what Rahul has shown. JDBC is a connected application. LDAP is a connected application because it can do the read and write operation. I think JDBC we need to write some coding. Okay. So what Rahul is explaining that disconnected application. So for example, you have a delimited file where you want to create a account by using the request concept in SailPoint. Okay. So you're requesting and somebody is approving. But the delimited file, there is no write operation in the delimited file because that is not allowed in SailPoint to write it into the flat file. So if you are manually doing entry in the direct flat file and you are approving in in the SailPoint console, okay. So this is like a manual fulfillment. It's called manual fulfillment for the disconnected application. So you are keeping the systems manually. So in the SailPoint, you are approving, I need the account on so and so delimited application where write operation is not allowed from SailPoint to delimited file. It helps, Ramu?
I think now I got it. See, let me articulate my understanding here. So the delimited file, maybe it's not whatever that finance which that might be another delimited file, right?
Yeah.
Or he may be.
See, any application where SailPoint is not able to write create a record.
So in the organization, SailPoint will be connecting to the all application system, right? But it's not necessary that SailPoint can go read and write data with all application type system, right? There could be some application system where SailPoint even cannot read the data, right? There could be some application system where SailPoint cannot write the data, right? So those application, basically what we do, onboard those application as a disconnected application. So what we do, let's say for example, there is one application here I have. Okay. So what I'll go, let's say this is the application. This is my finance application system. So as I'm using this finance application system, so there must be some way here through which I can generate the data in the CSV format. So I will generate the data in the CSV format. That CSV I'll provide to the SailPoint team that, okay, refer this CSV as a data of finance application system because SailPoint cannot communicate directly with the finance system. So that's why we are referring this application finance as a CSV connector. Okay. Actually, there is a proper application of finance, but SailPoint cannot go read and write. So that's why we are using this approach, because we have to maintain all organizations user and their accounts data in the SailPoint. So we have to onboard that application. Since SailPoint cannot directly go there and do all this communication end to end, we are using alternative approach. Okay, let's export the data in a CSV and use that CSV here and populate the accounts. Now, same time, when we have to assign the access, we have to add the access. SailPoint cannot go and write in this file. Even it actually write actual user access, which is basically in the finance system. That is a separate system, basically, right? So that's why SailPoint is creating here manual work item, stating that go to the actual finance system, add this access. After that, export the new CSV. When you export the new CSV, you will see the new person name also, right? You now use the CSV here.
Okay, okay. Now I got it. Now I got it, Rahul. So thing is that once we are exporting that applications owner update in that target CSV file.
Correct.
I mean target applications wherever it is like that whatever that application which they're using, and they will again generate that this CSV file. That's right.
Right.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Now, since this application is owned by some team, so they will be doing this task. We will not be doing this
Okay.
because organization will not give you access to all application system, right? You can misuse it. You are just an IM engineer for organization, right? Why they will give you access to those application system? So now this is responsibility of the application team.
Okay, got it, got it. So, but the JDBC also sometimes it will create manual work items. Sometimes.
No. In the JDBC, provisioning is possible, but we need to write code for that.
Okay, okay, okay.
JDBC is not a discrete application.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul.
So Rahul, I have one question. So are all the delimited file related applications are disconnected or any other
Yes.
application?
This delimiter only.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Any question here, anyone on this part?
So Rahul, I heard one word called a workflow item. Workflow case, sorry.
Workflow case.
and
Yeah.
workflow case.
Hmm.
So is that what you are going to cover separately, that workflow case?
I tell you
Or
very simple. What is this? When I
Yeah.
cover this workflow basically, let's say I submit a request for a user. So workflow will execute, right?
Yeah.
Workflow case is nothing like we have access request here, which
Yeah.
store the information about your request, like your order or order request in your Amazon, right? Which has all the details, how much you paid, when you order, when it delivered, right? Same way we have a workflow case. Only thing is case is not saved. It is just a temporary. The moment, I mean, when your request is actually active, it's not completed. By the time only your workflow case will be generated. The moment your request is completed, workflow case will be removed. So
Okay.
sometimes what happens is when we submit the request, and sometimes requests are in the pending state, or sometimes it got stuck somewhere, right? So we can go to debug page and we can see the workflow case, and we can see. So if you see, there's a one request which is pending, right? So for that one workflow case is there. For other access requests, if you see, workflow case is completed. It's not there. It's removed. It's same like work item. The moment you complete the action, work item is removed. Same way, the moment your access request is complete, your workflow case is also completed. In the workflow case, you will see all this information basically at the raw level, basically, everything basically. So workflow case, basically, it copy the workflow, what is executed for this request. That's it. So that is useful when we do troubleshooting, debugging.
Okay.
Well, I have a question regarding what is change of work items? Change of,
Change of work item?
yeah, is there anything like change of work items?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
Change of work item? No, I never heard this or I never saw anything like this.
Okay. So maybe this is related to our process only, like there are some
Maybe they have
firefighters.
developed some custom process and they are giving this name change of work item like that.
Yeah, maybe this is related to my process only. Yeah.
Any question here? Anyone on this part?
Rahul, we have few more concepts like transfer request, snicker request, and
No. No, it's not there. It is your custom process.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
So once, Rahul, I have a question. Once any access request is denied, so it is showing one access request denied. So then approval will definitely mention reason that why he denied that access request.
that is optional.
Once it,
Comments are optional.
okay, okay.
You
So
see, comment
if
action is blank.
rejected, yeah, his comments is blank, yeah. But if somebody is really need that access, but approval is not satisfied, because some of the cases I see in my previous company that approval reject, and some of the approvals are rejecting only. Even if you are giving the proper justification, still they are like rejecting the access request.
Hmm.
So in those scenario means what is necessary? What need to do?
Nothing. See, as a human, someone is going and rejecting the access, right? So as a tool,
Yeah,
what it will do? Nothing.
yeah,
Ultimately,
okay,
it's a
okay.
tool, right? Operated by the humans, right? If they are taking some actions forcefully, so SailPoint
Hmm.
cannot stop them, right?
Yeah, okay. But if comment section is the mandate, like SailPoint team is mention the comment section, you need to mention the comments of why you are rejecting. Then
Yes.
the user may understand that why he is rejecting the
Yeah, that
access.
we can do. Yeah, that we can do. We can mark this comment section mandatory. So if someone is actually rejecting this request, they have to provide the reason why they are rejecting the request. So that way the
Mhm.
requester will understand, okay, this is the reason why they are rejecting request. Maybe you're a contractor, you are not allowed to request this access, right? This is the
Mhm.
reason I'm giving. So they will get some, at least some information.
Yeah. So is it possible to means mandate that comment section from anywhere in here, like from global setting or anywhere? Like you need to, if you are rejecting this request, you need to mandatory that you need to update some comments.
In the workflow, we do have this option, but I need to check that whether we really can force or not, because in one project there was a one person who created a plugin for this. So plugin is required when we cannot achieve some requirement from the SailPoint system, from the SailPoint native features objects. So in that case, plugin is required. Basically, additional coding layer basically we are applying. So that person wrote this plugin. So I need to check that whether it was actually we can control. I mean, in the workflow we do have this option. I'll show you that, but that can be bypassed or not. That I need to check.
Okay.
Yeah, I will show
Thank
you that. That's no issue.
thank you, Rahul.
Yeah, no problem. Now, one more thing here. When you go to here IT warehouse, you see all these identities, right? The total employee of your organization. I want to see subsets. I don't want to see this full set, superset. I want to see the subset. Maybe I want to do groupism, basically. Like, okay, create a groups of region-based user, right? Or maybe I want to see all users, all entity who are manager in the organization. So I create groups, basically, subset, right? So when you go here, ID warehouse, you see all user. So how can we create those groups? So that can be created from here, set up groups. Here we have three type of groups, basically. Groups, population, and work group. All three are designed for different purpose, and all three have a different features. Let's create a group, create new group. I want to create group based on a, let's say, region. Okay. Let's say region based group. Group attribute, assign roles coming, manager coming. That means based on roles and manager, we can create group, but not based on the region. So for this, what we need to do, go here, global setting, identity mapping, select the region attribute, is that this one, and mark this attribute group factory. So when you are marking this attribute group factory, see, group factory. Now you can create groups. Refresh this. Now you see, identity region is coming here. Enabled, save this. group is created based on user region attribute, this one. Okay. Now when its status is enabled, when you open this, you don't see any data here. So in order to bring data here, you need to run one task called refresh ID cube task with some specific checkbox options here. Refresh the group scorecard. What it will do, it will create the groups. This is done. User examine 194. Now go to here, groups tab, refresh this, open this. If you see here, SailPoint has created subgroups. We have one group basically where region has Americas. We have 53 employees. We have another group where we have region equals to Asia Pacific 57, like Europe. And there are few users where we don't have any group value. Example, if you open here, Americas. So these are the 53 employees who belongs to America region. These are the people where we don't have any values. These are basically orphan account, if you see. So this way we can create groups. So remember this, whenever we have to create groups, we have to mark that attribute as a group factory. Group can be only created based on one attribute. And you have to run this task, refresh ID cube task. Okay. Now coming to the population.
Rahul, one question, sir. So when you said this location, region group factory, that has to be searchable by mandatory or without searchable?
Yeah, it should
also?
be searchable. It should be searchable.
Okay.
Any operation you are performing on the data, it should be searchable.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you see for the population, you don't have any option here, create new population, because population we cannot create from here. Population can be only created from advanced analytics. So this is another thing, basically. Analytics. So if you remember, I mentioned that we don't need to learn SQL. Why? We don't need to write SQL to fetch the data from the tables. SailPoint provides us analytics through which we can search the different type of data. I want to search identities from the SailPoint database. So we can use this identities, and there are so many search criteria we can apply here. Okay, and there are other objects also I'll show you in the coming session. Right. So let's say I want to search all identities. So let me refresh this page. I want to search all identities who are managers. So is manager equal to true? I want to say their last name, their first name, manager, location, job title, everything. Let's search. So we have 48 employees who are manager in the organization. Okay. Now let's go back and add one more criteria. Okay, they all should be basically from the America region. Let's add this criteria also. So now we left with 16 records. So we have 16 employees who all are managers, plus they belongs to America region, right? Now let's add few more criteria. Okay, let me add yeah, go back. Let's say they also should have same location. Let's say Austin. So now we have 7 users. Okay, go back. So basically, how many search criteria I'm applying here? 3. Is manager should be true, region should be Americas, and location should be Austin. Based on these 3 criteria, SailPoint is giving me this data, right? So from here, what you can do, result option, save identity as a population. So let's say Austin based managers. So from here, you can create population. The list of identity has been successfully saved as an interesting population Austin based manager. Now go to population tab and refresh. Now you see one population is created here, Austin based manager. Open this. You will see the 7 user here. Right. When you define the population, you can use multiple attribute. As of now, I've used 3. You can use more. Okay. You don't need to run any task or anything, right? Population will always give you live data, latest data here. So if you compare group and population, group can be created based on a single attribute. Population can be created based on multiple attribute criteria. In order to get the data here in the group, you have to run the refresh anti-group task. In order to get data in the population, you don't need to run any task. Group are static in nature. That means if a user is moved from this region to this one, you have to again run the refresh task. Then only you'll see the change reflecting here. Whereas population are totally dynamic. We don't need to run any task, nothing like that. The moment you click on this population or you use this population in other feature in SailPoint, population will give you always latest data here. So population is saved here as a group definition in the backend. Go to debug, group definition here. Austin base manager. So the criteria which we applied here, that is saved here. So whenever you refer this population, SailPoint immediately execute this criteria, and based on that, SailPoint give you users here, 7 users. Clear here? Group and population.
That criteria, Rahul, you are mentioning that you are showing in which file? The coding you are just showing in previous.
The group definition. Group definition.
Okay.
Population in the backend is called group definition.
Population in the backend. Okay. Got it.
All this object's name I'll give you. What is the name on the UI? What is the name in the backend?
Okay then. Thank you.
Any question here? Anyone? Group population?
So Rahul, all the identities which are created in 2023 from January,
Mhm.
is this possible through population?
It depends here on the analytics. If those attributes are searchable here, you can.
So we need a separate date and timestamp while the record is created, or
Yes. Yep. You need separate. So if you see here, we don't have anything like based on the date here, right? We don't have anything. Let's go to the advanced search. Do we have anything similar like this in the advanced search? Go here. We have all this attribute based on this, we can search the data. So we can create population based on all this attribute from this, or let's say go by this. If any other criteria you need, that cannot be used. Based on that, you cannot create a population.
okay.
Okay. The last one is work group. Group and population basically subset of identities based on the criteria, right? Based on some attribute. Whereas work group is totally different from this group and population. Work group is basically a group of people which we are creating to handle some responsibility in the SailPoint system. I'll give you one scenario. Whenever I'm requesting anything for finance application, request always go for owner approval, that is Adam Kennedy. Let's say Adam Kennedy is not available in the system for next 15 days. Or let's say Adam Kennedy is not only the person who managed this finance application, there are other 8 members also who manage this finance application. So approval should be assigned to any of this person, and any of the person can come and log into SailPoint and take care of the approval. Why only Adam Kennedy, right? So for this reason, what we can do, if you see here, we cannot select multiple owners here. So for this reason, SailPoint introduces this concept work groups, that we create work groups. Let's say finance owner. Add those 8 names here. Let's say the first one is Adam Kennedy, Barbara Wilson, James Smith, whatever, right? 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, add. So here we are adding directly by searching name. This is not based on any criteria. Save this. So work group is saved here. Let's go back and check. Finance owner work group is created. Name, we have 3 members. Now in this application, instead of Adam Kennedy, select finance owner and save this. So going forward, what will happen? Any request which is created for the finance owner is finance owner. Basically, finance owner is nothing but a virtual identity that is representing 3 other identities here, 3, 5, 10, whatever. So all 3 will get the approval. Any of this person can come into SailPoint system and approve the request. Clear? Let me show you this. Let's go to this. Manage access. Manage your access. Amit Pandey. Next. Request something from finance, financial planning from finance application. Next. Submit. Request number 4. Check that request. Request number 4. Assigned to whom? Finance owner. Okay. So now the members of this group, anyone can log in and approve the request. Any question, doubt, any confusion in this group, work group, population? Any question, confusion here, anyone?
So Rahul, work group is basically to for the approvers and groups for identities, right?
So
Groups,
group and population is basically subset of identities. So tomorrow, if I run to some process on a specific set of users, so I can refer this population directly instead of searching again and again. Okay. But work group purpose is totally different from this. Work group is basically sharing responsibility. Now, all the member of this work group will share the same responsibility, ownership of this application.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Any question, confusion here, anyone?
So work group is, I mean, not only for this, so the capabilities of SailPoint administration.
I just covered the one part of it, not complete.
Okay, okay. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now there is one more concept in SailPoint called capability, right? Now, what is this capability? So basically, if you see here, we are controlling the entitlement of user, right? Basically, target applications access, what a user can do when the person log into target applications, right? Same time, what a user can do when user log into SailPoint system, that we can also control. So by default, when user log in here, user see this screen. For which user I modified the password today? Barbara Wilson. Okay. So by default, when user log in here, right, in SailPoint, user see this screen, basic screen, where application, identity warehouse, setting, global setting, all these options are disabled. And if you try to access the debug also, it will give you error, access denied. You don't have the capabilities required to view this requests page. So basically, what a user can do in the SailPoint system, that is called capabilities. How can we assign the capabilities? Let's say this user Adam Kennedy. Search this user here, Adam Kennedy. Go to rights, user right, what a user can do in the SailPoint system. So these are the available capability in the SailPoint by default. Let's say this user Adam Kennedy is the application administrator. So assign this. Save this. Now, which capability assigned to this user? Application administrator. Right? Let's log out and log in here. Log out and log in here. Now this user has application administrator capability. So if you see, some tabs are coming here. Application definition. Intelligence, advanced analytics. Setup, only groups. Task, other options are hidden. Okay. Setting, global setting, only forms I can see. So how SailPoint is controlling that? Capability is the main object. Capabilities again divided into sub objects that are called SP right. Search here capability. These are the total capabilities we have in SailPoint system. Example, application administrator. In the application administrator, these are the total SailPoint SP rights. You see, view application, so person can view application. Full access form, so person can see the form. So basically, when we are giving this application administrator capability to the user, so user can do all this level of task in the SailPoint system. These are the predefined capabilities in your SailPoint system. If you want to create your own custom capability, you can create. Let's say I want to create new capability. Save this as it is. Remove this created. This ID. Okay, I'll give a unique name. Let's say read only. Read only application administrators. Okay. Name and full name. The person should be able to read application. So I'll use this view application. Manage application, I'll remove. Manage application means person can also edit the application, remove that. All this feature I'll remove. I leave only forms. So in my custom capability, I'm just giving two level of rights. Person can view the application and person can access the forms. That's it. So I just now create a new capability here. Refresh this and see. Read only application administrator with 2 SP right. Okay. Then go here. Refresh this user. Remove this and select here. What is the name? Read only application administrator. Go down. Assign this. Save this. Open this user again. User right. You see, this user has just one capability assigned, read only application administrator. Now log out from here and see. Where is that? I assigned two permissions, two rights. Person can view the application. Application definition. View the application. I cannot edit the application. You see, all fields are non-editable. Second is I can see the forms. Setting, global setting, forms. These are the forms available. That's it. So capability control what a user can do in the SailPoint system. Now, these are the available capabilities. By default, we can create our own custom capability. I just create here. Same time, you can assign multiple capability also. You have to just press shift in your keyboard and select all this and save. Okay. You can select single capability and multiple capability, totally your choice. Okay. Same time, capability can be also assigned through work groups. So go here, set up groups, work groups. So work group basically provide two features, sharing responsibility and same time. Let's say all the three people, right? We have to assign a common capability here. So we can also select here. Whatever capability, save this. Right. Now, let me add here. Let me assign this policy administration capability. And let me, Adam Kennedy is already edited, right? Save this. Okay. So Adam Kennedy, like refresh this and open the Adam Kennedy user, right? Now you'll see. This is a capability which is directly assigned to the user, read only application administrator. And if you go down, SailPoint also maintain this information that, okay, this user is part of this work group called finance owner. And because of this, indirectly, SailPoint also providing this capability, policy administration to this user through the work group. So this is direct capability. This is indirectly through work group. Any doubt, question here, anyone?
So Rahul, we can give multiple capabilities as well, right? For
Yes,
single
yeah,
user.
definitely. You can select multiple. Shift, save this. Yeah.
Okay.
You see?
Correct. Yeah.
Any doubt question here, anyone? Right. We'll connect tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you.
Rahul.
Yep.
Yeah, can I share my screen for a few minutes?
I'll send you separately link.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you all.